Once upon a time, there was a poor traveler walking through the forest. He was very hungry, and he was walking for miles. He finally sees a white cottage in the distance, and that was the only one around for miles. So he goes up to the cottage and knocks on the door. And then an old lady opens the door, and she says, "Hi, can I help you?" And he says, "Miss, I hope we had a good day today. I'm a weary traveler, and I need somewhere to sleep tonight." And then she replies, "Oh, my house is not an inn for people to come stay." So she kicks him out. And then he comes back one more time, and then she opens the door one more time. "What do you want?" She says. He says, "Please, miss, I need somewhere to sleep tonight. It's really cold in the forest." And then he says, "If I make a soup, and it's the best soup that you've ever tasted, then I can sleep here for the night." So she agrees because she doubted him and wanted to prove him wrong just to get him out. So he goes in the house, and he says, "Well, I need a pot and some water and a fire." So she gets all of that for him, and then he pulls out a nail from his pocket, and he says, "I'm going to make nail soup." And then she says, "How are you going to do that?" And he's like, "Just wait and see." So he puts the nail in and lets it come to a boil, and then he says, "Wait, I need a couple things. I need some flour and some potatoes." And the old lady goes in her attic where she keeps all her food, and then she gets the flour and the potatoes, and then they put in the soup and let it come to a boil for another 5 minutes. And they taste it, and he's like, "Wait, it needs a couple more things. I need salted beef, barley, and a drop of milk." So she goes and gets that, they put it in, and he mixes it for about 20 minutes, and then they taste it, and it was the best soup that she had ever had. And the traveler responds, "This came out just right. I guess I get to sleep here tonight." So since the soup was so good, the old lady said, "Well, this is a meal fit for a king and queen." So she gets an idea, and then she goes in the cupboard and gets her fancy glasses, her brandy. She gets butter, cheese, beef, veal, and she hasn't had a meal like that in years. So she pulled out all her food so they could eat and feast like kings and queens. So they eat all together, and she has a good time with the traveler, and then they end up getting sleepy. And then the traveler says to the woman, "So since this is the best soup you've ever had, I can sleep here tonight, right?" And then she says, "Yes, you can, just for one night." So they go to sleep, and then when they wake up the next morning, the old lady greets the traveler with a cup of coffee and breakfast, and then she sends him on his way with $1, and then he never forgot the old lady, and she never forgot his nail soup.